August 2018, ANA World's Fair of Money played host to numerous rare coin auctions. One such was the Heritage Auctions World Coins Platinum Night, which featured 371 of the most interesting world coins that managed to sell for well over $9.5 million when all was said and done. The solitary coin, which stood head and shoulders above the rest, was this early series 8 reales coin from the fledgling Mexico City Mint. Then, still under the supervision of its first mint master Francisco del Rincon, the coin is sometimes referred to as the first dollar coin of the Americas, believed to have been minted in 1538. For centuries it was the stuff of legend, only whispered about in numismatic circles, with evidence pointing to its possible existence but no copies having ever been discovered. That would be until 1990, when the so-called Golden Fleece shipwreck treasure was discovered at the bottom of the Caribbean Ocean. Speculated by some to be sunken pirate treasure, only 3 of these coins are known today. Of those, this is the finest known example at a grade of AU50 from NGC. This extraordinarily rare and fascinating silver coin was sold for $528,000 on the night. Though not nearly as rare in absolute terms, nor even as valuable as the previous coin, the Una and the Lion gold £5 coin is always an absolute joy to behold. Designed purely as a commemorative coin in 1839 by master engraver William Wyon in order to celebrate the beginning of Queen Victoria's reign as British monarch. The coin is widely heralded as the most beautiful coin ever created, a claim which, in my opinion, one would be hard-pressed to dispute. Casting the young queen in the role of Una from the poem by Edmund Spenser entitled The Fairy Queen. She is seen directing the actions of the British lion, holding the scepter and orb as symbols of royal authority. The lettered edge specimen graded by NGC as proof 61 plus Ultra Cameo was sold for $204,000. And then, representing the French numismatic selection for the event is an unusual off-metal 5 francs trial strike coin, struck in gold at the Paris Mint instead of the customary silver for this denomination, a peculiar rarity which currently stands as the only such specimen graded by NGC. It obtained a grade of MS62 and sold for $132,000. Yet another example of an extraordinarily rare pattern strike of a traditionally silver coin would be this 7040 Acau from the reign of Louis XV, struck again at the Paris Mint. Today, only 5 to 10 of these coins are known in gold. It exhibits an unusually sharp strike, bringing up every morsel of detail of Louis XV's bust. This is the second finest coin of its type in the certified population at a grade of SP61 from PCGS and achieved a final price of $108,000. Amongst a veritable bevy of extraordinary British coins to choose from was a 1692 5 guineas gold coin from the reign of William and Mary, one of only 3 such examples to have been graded in the mint state range. With a grade of MS61 from NGC, it managed to secure a final price of $96,000. To call the coinage of Oliver Cromwell revolutionary would be not an inaccurate statement, although perhaps somewhat tongue-in-cheek. The English Civil War raged between 1642 and 1649 and culminated with the execution of King Charles I and the eventual installment of Oliver Cromwell as Lord Protector of the English Commonwealth. This was equally important from a political and numismatic perspective, as Cromwell made a particular point thereof to transition the nation from the older hammered-style coins to the newer milled coinage. Of that, this 1656 broad of 20 shillings gold coin is a superb example, a vast improvement in both quality and design from merely a few years prior. Graded as Proof 63 Cameo by PCGS, this landmark coin sold for $78,000. Then, bringing things forward a few centuries, we discover an exceedingly rare 1927 George V half-crown off-metal trial strike of the modified effigy design, struck not in silver as you would expect, but rather in gold. One of only 4 such coins known to have been struck in gold, a superbly rare coin with a lofty grade of MS64 from NGC, which sold for a final price of $72,000. One of the more unique pattern crown coins struck in the early 19th century has to be this 1820 dated piece, attributed most often to George III. Curiously, the design entirely omits the king's effigy, something that is quite uncommon in coinage of the period. The design featuring the Roman hero Hercules was actually also copied from a 1792 French pattern coin by Augustin Dupre, and only slightly modified for its usage in this case. PCGS assigned a grade of Proof 65 for this silver pattern, which sold for $46,800. Another coin which manages to remain a perennial favorite with collectors is the rarefied Victorian Gothic Crown. This 1847 dated example, graded as Proof 65 by PCGS, is a prime example of the type, with the Queen's exquisite effigy by William Wyon sharply detailed in absolutely every aspect. The closing price of $31,200 for this coin fell well within the pre-auction estimates. As the first Victorian sovereign to be issued, the 1838 sovereign is already a notable issue. At that, the very rare narrow shield variety that features on the present coin, and you have a rare variety coin that can take pride of place in nearly any sovereign or Victorian coin collection. This coin features a slightly altered design, featuring a narrower shield, as the name does imply, fewer leaves on the reef, and an altered crown on the reverse. Authenticated by PCGS with a grade of XF45, this coin sold for $9,600. An exquisite example of a gold angel coin struck during the second reign of Edward IV, most likely between 1473 and 1477, was also featured during the event. A near perfect example with virtually every detail struck up on this perfectly centered and rounded flan. The coin was struck from 23 karat gold and carried a face value of 6 shillings and 8 pence, or exactly 1/3 of a pound. NGC assigned the coin with a grade of MS63, which saw it attain a price of $19,200 at the auction. Then, the final British coin I'll take a look at here is a 1937 half-sovereign, the first year of issue to feature King George VI as the newly crowned monarch following the abdication of his brother King Edward VIII. Now, the thing that is interesting about this coin is that it is one of only a few so-called matte-proof coins produced by the mint of this issue specifically to be used as photography models, as regular proof coins proved too problematic to capture using contemporary photographic equipment. NGC gave this specimen a grade of proof 62 and it sold for $13,200. The last coin I'll take a look at briefly is the so-called Australian Adelaide pound of 1852. Around 25,000 of these coins were originally minted by the Government Assay Office. However, as the price of gold inevitably increased and soon outstripped the face value of the coin, many of these were melted down in the name of profit. Fortunately, this specimen did not number itself amongst its ill-fated brethren and was graded by PCGS as MS61. The coin sold at auction for $19,200. Well, let me know which of these coins proved the most interesting or simply the most beautiful to you in the comment section below. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon if you haven't already, never to miss any future videos. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a great day.